Hey everyone, it's Patty from pspapercrafts. Thanks for joining me for another card. I am going to show you how to make a fun fold. It's called the envelope flap fold. So it looks like an envelope with the flap. You open this up and then you open up the card. Cute, right? So I have this holding down the flap. So this one I made using the Inked Botanicals Designer Series paper, which I absolutely love. And then there's a punch that goes with the stamp set, which is inked and tiled stamp set. That's where I got the sentiment and the punch. And then I just blinged it up with some iridescent pastel gems. But I'll have all the information. I'll have a project sheet with measurements and products that I used. But isn't it cute? I love this. Found it on Pinterest, of course, so I don't know who the originator is, so I don't know who to give credit to. But anyway, we're going to make one with brand new product from the new holiday mini catalog. So this is the first card I'm making, and let me just show you the products that come in this. It's a suite, and I think it's called the Beary Cute Suite or Beary Christmas Suite. I should know the name of it, but I don't. But anyway, it has just a chock full of stuff. So this is the designer series paper, and I love the colors. It's just really fun and bright. So you get 2 of each 12 by 12 sheets. And look at the paw prints, the mama and the baby with the presents. We're going to use this sheet today. Isn't it cute? And look at all these little animals, little critters. Some stars or snowflakes, and then this scene. I love the blue, so pretty. And then there's a punch that goes with the stamp set that also coordinates with some of the bears here. So you can punch this guy out, this guy. So I think that's really cute. I think this is going to go, our punches go fast. And so this is the paper, and this is called the Beary Christmas 12 by 12. There's also the stamp set. This is a bundle you can get. If you get the suite, you get everything, but you can just buy individual products, just the paper, just the bundle, just the stamp set. There's also these great gems. They're very sparkly, and these are the adhesive back glitter sequins. So they're sequins. They're actually kind of like a sequin. And then there's this pretty balmy blue, kind of sparkly, what is it called? Sparkle ribbon. Very pretty. And there's an embossing folder. We're going to use this today that makes snow, and it's heavy to light or light to heavy, however you want to use it on your project. And then there's the envelopes and card bases. I haven't even opened these yet. Let's open these right now because I think they're going to be great. The card that I'm making, I don't think would work with this because I'm doing some, extra folding and cutting. It's not your normal card base. So let's get this open and take some of this out. I love when they have the envelopes that are decorated for you. I love decorating my own envelope, but sometimes it's nice just to have one. So look at these. Look at the inside. So cute, even the backs. So you can make a card and then coordinate it. And these are the card bases. So they're already scored for you. And they're our standard size. So they're white on the one side, and then they have the color on the other side. So these are great. And then there's the Memories and More cards. And a lot of people get these. I think they were originally for scrapbooking. But I make cards with them, and they're real easy, and I'll probably do a video where I make cards with them. So I'm just going to pull some of these out. I won't go through all of them, but you get this big piece that you can just use, put it on this, and you got a card. Very easy. So there's both sides. Fun. And then there's some stickers. These are stickers. And then there's the smaller ones that you can then layer, and that's what I usually do. I layer these up. So So if you do the, where you have the pockets for your, it used to be Project Life, you can put these in if you're doing scrapbooking. Just pop them in the slots, and we do have those. So these are one kit. I thought it would tell you how many it has. It doesn't tell you, but I put my catalogs in the mail for anybody who either requested one or ordered from me in the last 6 months. So you will be getting the catalog. And I just wanted to show you, there's one more thing that I wanted to share with you, and that is there's another pack of paper. It's called A Walk in the Forest, and this bear will work with this punch. So you can actually punch this bear out, and I think it's really cute. And then there's a die set that will cut out these trees. So check this out. This paper is pretty as well. I was back and forth which paper I should use, so I went with the Beary Christmas one. So I wanted to just show you, you know, until you get the catalog, you can't see all these goodies. I know there's been a lot of people who did their unboxing and stuff. I did not do that. But we want this out. We'll probably use these. We're going to use this, and I already pulled the paper out for this. So this is the paper we're going to use. So let's get started on the card. I'll just leave this here for reference. So this one, I used a piece of white, and I just cut designer series paper that coordinated with this. On this one, the next one I'm going to actually emboss with this snowflake, the sides, the flaps. So actually putting everything everywhere. Let's get our trimmer out. So the first thing we want to do is cut our folded piece. So the actual, I did this piece already. This is Night of Navy, and this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's your normal, you know, it doesn't open. This lays on top of it, but it fits in our regular A2 size envelopes. So we want to get this folded piece, and we are going to get our trimmer out and open this side here, and we want it to be 10 1/2 inches. So we're only taking a 1/2 inch off because this is an 8 1/2 by 11. So if you don't have the arm, you know, that goes out, you could just do it the other way and just take a 1/2 inch off, right? And then we want to go 4 inches. So this will give our base. You can get 2 cards out of this. So you can cut this extra piece down to 4. And then we want to score it at 2 5/8. So we're going to go out to 2, and then we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's the 8th mark after the 1/2 inch mark. I just knocked off my cutting blade. So we're going to score it here, and then we're going to go all the way out to 7 7/8. So there's the 8th mark, and then the little one is the 16th. So you want to go the last 8th mark before you hit 8. Now again, if you don't have the arm, you could just do your 2 5/8, flip it around, and do 2 5/8, because these are the same size. And I just have to pick up my my cutting blade. It came out of the groove. So I'm just going to put it back in. I'll just show you. It just fits. There's a little area here. It just fits right in there. And sometimes it comes out. All right, so we are going to use this again. So I'm going to just put it aside. So now we have this piece. I want to emboss just up to the fold lines. I don't want to emboss the whole thing. So I'm going to get my embossing folder out. And you'll see that it goes very light snow to very heavy snow. And I kind of want the heavier part. So we're going to put this in, and I want to go right up to the line. I'm going to hang it out a little bit so that I go all the way down to the bottom. And I want to just go right to the line here. And let me get my embossing machine. So I have my Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine, and I have just the base plate And then I have this gray plate. And I hope this hammering isn't annoying you. I'm having work done on my house. They're finally coming to put in my screen porch and my patio, which was supposed to be done when I moved in, but you know how that goes. So we're going to go right up to here, and we're just going to put it in this way, put our gray plate on it, and run it through. I feel like I'm crooked in here. I don't want to bend that paper. There we go. I was coming off the side there. So let's try this again. Put it through. And you don't have to go all the way through. Just go till you know you're past that score line. Isn't that pretty? And then we want to turn it around and do the same thing. So I have my Stampin' Up! In front here, because you want it to be embossed. You don't want to do one side embossed and one side debossed. So make sure your Stampin' Up! Label is in the front when you do both sides. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come a little bit above the edge, and we're going to go right to the score line. Put it in this way. Make sure it's not crooked hanging off here. And then we're going to just run it through. And come back. Okay. So now we have our flaps embossed. So we're done with this, and we're done with this. Let me put it aside. Okay, so we want to fold these, and I didn't fold them before because I wanted to, I wanted to make sure they were just lined up right. You want to just be careful when you fold them that you don't burnish them too flat, because you'll take away the embossing. Look at this, I got red ink all over me. You can see I've been crafting, right? So we have this now. We have the lighter snow on top and the heavier snow. You could do it this way if you want. You haven't committed to anything yet. And then we want to take our 12 by 12 piece of cardstock or designer series paper, and we want to cut a piece 5.5. Is it 5.5? I have my little cheat sheet. And again, I will have a project sheet in a link below this video, and also at my blog, pspapercrafts.com, and you can just print it out. There'll be pictures and instructions so you can make these yourself and use whatever designer series paper, however you want to do it. So we want to make this 5.25. So 5.25. And then we're going to do 5, because it's kind of a different size, right? And I'll show you the magic of getting that pointy side. So now on the 5 side, we want to move up our cutting blade, and we want to go in and we want to score it at 4 inches. Okay, now we have the score line. And we'll just burnish this. Oh, how cute. Oh, I'm just wondering, this is not going to work, is it? Let me see, because what we're going to do, I wasn't thinking of the other side. I guess that's okay. See how the inside is kind of plain. I'm wondering if I should do another sheet of paper. What do you think? That's kind of... Well, I'm going to try it and see how it works. If not, I'll try another sheet. So what you want to do, I'm just thinking about the presents. I think the paw prints will be okay. I think the presents might be a little weird. But we'll try it and see how it works out. So we want to get a little mark at 2 5/8. So we're going to go again to 2, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the 1/8 after the half. And we're just going to put a mark right where the groove is. Okay, and I'm doing it on the opposite side so I can see it, and probably do it in pencil so you can erase it. But so we want to go from the fold to that mark, and we're going to cut it. Okay, and then we want to do the same thing, the fold to that mark. And I probably should have done it in pencil. So if you want to do that, I moved it a little bit. Do it in pencil because I probably made the mark a little bit too big, but that's okay. We're just winging it, going along here. So then this piece creates the envelope. So I think that's really cute. That might be okay because we are going to put the polar bear on it. So we'll see. So that is something to keep in mind that I didn't think to tell you. To make sure the inside is something you'd want to see. But I do think it'll be okay. So then we want to get our liquid glue. And you don't want to go too far up to the fold. I did that on this one and it kind of oozed out and ended up sticking here. So, you know, this was the first one I made. So you live and learn. So we're going to come down from the fold. And then we want to just glue this. Again, you want to see how you want this way or this way. And you just want to put it right up against the fold, end to end. Okay. And there you have it. Then we want to adhere this on here. Okay, so let's put some glue back here. So you're hiding this part. I'm hoping they're done with my screen and porch today. I've had furniture out there that I can't use, and I've kind of had it to the side with no cushions on it because I don't want it to get dirty. So now we have to come up with what we want to use to hold this flap down. And I thought that the bear would be the best thing. So we have a scrap of white, and I am going to use Pebble Path. You can use black or a gray to stamp this guy. And we'll just stamp him right here, and then we can punch him. So let's get our bear punch out. Isn't he cute? He's smiling. He's happy bear, happy camper. And you can color him in if you wanted to make it, you know, a brown bear, or you can use that other paper. I'm just trying to look around the whole thing. And then what we're going to do is put him here and put some dimensionals here so that he's the flap. I thought about putting him on a circle and having a sentiment, but I thought I would just leave the bear. But I do want to do one more thing. I'm going to do a little scarf. So in this stamp set, there's a scarf and a hat, and I really just wanted to do the scarf. So I'm going to stamp that in real red just to give it a pop of color. Now, we don't have a die or a punch for this, but I think it's very easy to cut. And here's my scissors. So we're just gonna fussy cut it out, very easy. Fussy cutting, you know, a lot of people find it to be very soothing. I think it's easy, as long as it's not too intricate, then I'm not into it. So we're just going to go around. I'm leaving a little bit of white around the edge, and you really want to just move your paper and not the scissors. I think that's the trick. And if you end up with a sharp edge, you just trim it down when you're done. Very simple. And I thought this would just add a nice pop of color to the card. So this little polar bear is just walking through a snow blizzard. And I think that looks good. So we'll just glue this on around his neck. And it does fit nicely, right? Doesn't it just add something to him? And then again, we want to put this down. We want to decide where we want it. So he's just walking through the blizzard, and we want to put the dimensionals here. Let me grab some. Oh, all my dimensionals are almost done. I've got a couple here. Otherwise, I'll just cut these off. So we don't want to go past, I think, his front paw. And you could put anything here. You could put a sentiment. You can put, you know, a big snowflake if you wanted to. And we'll just take these off the back. I'm going to put them right there. Okay, so now you use this flap, open it. I don't know, that's okay. I wish that present wasn't cut off, but, and then let's do the inside. So on the inside, on this inside, what did I do? This was one white piece, so I just stamped it, and I actually took a piece of scrap and covered here when I stamped it so I didn't go down on here. And for this one, I'm going to put a white layer in. And this looks too big. Is it too big? Oh, you know what? Because it's smaller than, this piece is already smaller. So let's trim this down. I'm going to go by 5 3 3/4. Because I think it's too big for the inside the way it is. I just have a pile of these that are 5 1/4 by 4. Because that's usually what I have for my inside layer. But I think that because this is smaller, I needed a smaller piece. I think that looks good. So what do we want to do on the inside? I thought we would do Merry Christmas in red. I have that mounted. There's some nice sentiments here. It's got the Merry Christmas, Christmas is better together, and warm wishes. So those are all good ones, especially if you did the Christmas is better together and you had the whole crew, the whole family, right? So we'll put this up here, Merry Christmas. And I thought we would do the bear sitting down. So this guy. And we'll do that again in the pebbled path. You can put the designer series paper down below if you don't want to stamp. But I thought we would have him just sitting here. And I think we need to add the scarf again. This time we're just going to stamp it right on here. So cute, isn't it? And that's the end of it. That's the card. So very easy, and just, you know, again, something different. It's nice to do different cards. Just to, you know, brighten it up when the person who gets the card, it's not just a plain old front fold or top fold card. So we just put this right in here. And I even like this embossed on that. Now the one that I saw on the video when I was watching Pinterest and videos, they actually stamped on this instead of using the paper or embossing it. You can just actually stamp, you know, maybe some snowflakes in the back or something like that. And then I thought we would use ribbon, but I don't think we're going to use ribbon. But we can put some of these on, right? And then we can put, I'm trying to decide whether we want to put white ones. I think we'll put white ones. And we'll just put a few down. You could put a mix. Put 1, 2, 3. And if you want it on the inside, you could stamp a snowflake up here. Oops, close his nose in the door here. All right, so that is the video. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you give it a try. You know, you can use any designer series paper, and you really, the designer series paper would be the flap. You could do anything else with the inside, so it's a good way to just use up some of your extra paper. So thanks so much for joining me, and come back next week for another fun fold or technique. I haven't decided yet. All right, take care. Bye.